Hello guys, welcome back. I'm so excited that you're here. We're gonna paint Impressionistic style deers today. Hi guys, how's it going? It's Alicia here. Today I'm super excited because we're going to learn how to paint Impressionistic style deer. So this is what it will look like overall at the end. Isn't it so amazing? Yeah, so I'm gonna walk step by step how to paint that with watercolor, and we're gonna learn how to do this nice background, and it's a nice creamy beige color. So come in and join me and let's have a bit of fun and see how this takes us. First, we'll need to sketch our deer out. The colors that we're using today are red, magenta, and a purple red, and a brown, black, dark brown, and some white. First, we're gonna add a very watery down layer of the color that's on the back of the deer, which is a light brown. And you can achieve that by mixing a little bit of brown, a little bit of red and black, and make sure you water your brush down again and just paint it on. Mixing orange, a bit of yellow, and some brown. And I watered my brush down and just started putting the paint on the legs while the paint was wet. I added a bit more red and orange to that, watered it down, and added some more yellow and watered it down again. And just added some more layer on the back of the deer's butt and let that soak in nicely. I continued to paint the deer's legs with the same color, just getting most of the page wet. Now we're going to work on the upper part of the neck of the deer. So that is the color achieved to get that is the dark burgundy red, a mixture of lightish blue and a bit of black, and you water that down, and where the shadow is of the neck, you put it exactly there. And my tip here for this point is to use the tip of the brush. Using the tip of the brush to point at that area and just let it soak, just keep letting it have a pool of more color in that area by make sure you just keep putting your brush there constantly and then drag the color up more and all around so you can get the shape and the shadow of the deer. Work on the butt of the deer, and that is literally just black watered down, and I just did very careful shape of the black, and I just let that sit there and dry. Using red, magenta, and light brown, and a bit of black watered down, and don't forget that orange color that we were using before. We'll mix that together with those colors and just put it on the neck of the deer. And then we're going to go in and add a light orangey color, and so I just added yellow to that orange that we were using before and added it to the neck. And now we're going to use the lightest orange you can make out of the color we had, so that's basically watered down orange with a bit of light brown, and we just added that directly to the face. You guys see how there's darker shades on the antlers and lighter shades where the shadows are and where the light hits the antlers? So we're going to make sure we directly see that in color form. So if you're having struggles, always see this painting in black and white, and then look at that as in what color you need to put in a light form and what color you need to put in a dark form. You literally can follow me along, or you can do it the way you want. It's up to you, but I enjoy doing it light to dark and using different shades of watercolor to get that. I wanted to add a bit more darker color to my painting, so I added that reddish brown color to it, and I just shaped it around the head and a bit of the antlers. And honestly, I just wanted to let all this paint dry before I went and added another layer, because when you work on it when it's wet, it just becomes muddy, so it's good to go on layers. Now it's the fun part, and that's to add gesso. I use different brushes when I use acrylic-based paint. So this is just a white acrylic gesso, and you can use white paint if you want, but I prefer a heavy acrylic, and I just mix it with some of the colors to do the highlights and also to do the spots on the deer, which is the best and most fun part. And if you don't want to clean up so much of a mess, I usually just drip a little bit of that paint on a Kleenex and then just throw the Kleenex out after. It's a little bit easier for you. So right now I'm just doing the background with a really light beige color. So I mixed the color we already had from our palette and just added the acrylic paint to an acrylic brush. We don't use watercolor brushes for this because it'll just wreck our paint brush. So just make sure you do that, and you can do whatever background you want, and just let me know what you guys did and comment down below for what color you like and what it suited best for your painting. So I just want you guys to have a lot of fun with this because it is so much enjoyable to paint these deer, so they're so cute. The next thing I did was I took some white from my paintbrush and I actually dabbed it in a bit of water, so my acrylic white paint would just be a little bit watery, so when I tapped my brush directly at the painting, I had those little dots, and it's a lot easier to just splat the little spots of watery white paint on the deer than it is to individually put the paint on. So like, who doesn't like making a mess? Like, this was so fun. I really like how it's like all like splattered off, and you don't see like where the paint's gonna go. It's just so spontaneous. And I added a bit of white onto the back of the deer's butt because, you know, there's white there, and added more highlights where the white was on the skin of the deer. Yeah, so that's how it goes. Then we're gonna focus on the face of the deer, and that is literally just black. And I made sure there wasn't much water on my brush, and I just did the eyes how you would do an eye. And I added more red. You know, who doesn't need more red? And the purpose for the red was to have more shape of the face on the deer. You know? Exactly. And I went ahead and I added more highlights to the second layer of the antlers, and that will just create more depth for your painting and show where the dark and light are in the actual antlers. The actual type of brush that I'm using is a liner brush. It's a very thin, long tip brush, and I used the end of the brush. I held the end of it, so I had more wistful strokes instead of rigid strokes where it's focusing on the detail. Even if I was going to mess up, I just focused on the shape, and it didn't disappoint me. I can tell you that for one. So I'd show you guys one more thing until the end of the video, and this is bonus feature, bonus content, okay guys? So I have recent paintings that I've painted on my Etsy, which is pretty much all my deers, and you've already seen this one. So that's the one we painted today, and these are all available on my Etsy. You can find them there and order one if you like. So, and this one's a cutie. It's a pink one. So, and the last one, the precious one. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I hope that you guys enjoyed learning how to paint impressionistic style deer. It's one of my favorite things to paint. So, have a great day, guys. See you next time. Until next time, guys, if you want to check out my Etsy at Alicia Short Art, and I really love hanging out with you guys and painting, so stay tuned for more videos. Have a wonderful day.